Chris. Breaking news. Breaking news. Come on, give it a
ESPN Cleveland. Breaking news.
Folks, this is Tony Rizzo in the breaking news desk. Kevin Stefanski's status. Heat index. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 10 is you're fired. It's just a matter of time. 1 to 10, right now, 7.5 on the Heat index. I don't know how you're going to save your job, Kevin. I don't.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel completed 4 passes over 10 yards in the air today. He threw the ball 52 times.
But
Kevin Stefanski kept him in the game for the entirety of the game.
How do you hide the quarterback weaknesses? Whatever weaknesses he may have that we can't see. Now, you and I know he can't throw outside the numbers. He can't be on the left hash and throw an 18-yard comeback on the right side.
Oh, hell no.
That's not the type of
It
quarterback.
will come back the other way for a touchdown.
So you have to call plays that are predicated to his strengths. His strengths are throwing intermediate and short routes. So therefore, you call plays based on what he's able to do extremely well. Now, that's no knock on him. So what we ask of you, that's all what we're asking of you, based on what you can do well for us offensively. That's what we're going to do.
Ocho, think about it.
Yeah.
You threw the ball 52 times and you only had 221 yards.
Yeah. Hey.
You missed 23 attempts. Bro, Cleveland, if y'all trying to get the number 1 pick, just say.
And so, Kevin Stefanski's play calling is one of the recurring themes that many people keep returning to when discussing the Cleveland Browns. And not just the Cleveland Browns, because many of Kevin Stefanski's play calls or selections involve quick out routes, simple completions, passes under 10 yards, and dink and dunks.
Bro, he threw 4 passes that had 10 yards of air distance. He completed 4 passes over 10 yards in the air today. So everything is checked down. He dinking and dunking or checking it down.
Furthermore, it's not that they don't think Dylan Gabriel is real. It returns to the line of attack. This offensive line is not one that they support. This offensive line may be among the worst in the NFL, if not the worst. Joe Flacco left this place for that reason. To be honest, he was glad to get out. Additionally, there is something that I can't stop thinking about. The Cleveland Browns starting offensive line is this one. First-team players are the top offensive linemen on the roster. Nevertheless, Kevin Stefanski felt the need to introduce Shedeur Sanders to men who aren't even on the roster, not even competent enough to play the second string on the third. Without exception, every lineman that Shedeur Sanders was playing behind was cut.
The last time we've seen him didn't give anybody any confidence that he can handle.
What do you make, Emery, of that decision by Kevin Stefanski, who said not to read anything into it?
A lot of times with these coaches and coaches like Kevin Stefanski, it's ego over execution, it's plays over players. At the end of the day, you got to give this kid a shot to redeem himself. That's the beauty of being a rookie. You're going to go out there, you're going to struggle, you're going to have some success, you're going to struggle again, but you want to see them come out on the other side. Now, Shedeur had 5 sacks, 5 drives, just was trying to press, trying to impress coaches, the fans, trying to live up to what Dylan Gabriel just put out there on the field. And Kevin Stefanski handled that situation and this whole quarterback competition horribly, because you removed an opportunity for him to redeem himself in that situation, to go out as a winner. And again, it's not just we all see it. Players on the team sees it. Players on the opposing team see it. They know what's going on. They know what's going down.
Therefore, Shedeur Sanders would be the only quarterback in that room who is capable of playing behind a subpar offensive line. He did not travel to Oregon, in contrast to Dylan Gabriel. He did not stay in Oklahoma. He wasn't surrounded by NFL players who are 4- and 5-star offensive linemen. Most of Shedeur Sanders' time was spent trying to make plays, making it happen, and frantically attempting to deliver the ball to Travis Hunter. We can also check what time it is in Colorado now that Shedeur Sanders has left the state. He isn't a 5th-round pick, and he didn't deserve to be in this predicament, which is why we're still discussing it. However, now that things are getting out of hand, people are calling for Kevin Stefanski to step down.
Kevin Stefanski's status. Heat index. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 10 is you're fired. It's just a matter of time. 1 to 10, right now, 7.5 on the heat index. I don't know how you're going to save your job, Kevin. I don't. I want somebody in that building to tell me why this guy should be back next year. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You have the worst offense in the league. Guy's an offensive coach. Enough. It's enough. You're going to run this guy back out here. And I'm not trying to get people fired. I just can't watch this crap, Chris. I can't.
Of course you can't. Riz, the Browns offense last year scored 15 points a game. They're only scoring 13 and a half this year. They got worse.
It's a 2-year sample size. Without getting all... I broke my own goddamn rules. Sorry, Lord. They looked at the Browns' shitty offense and went, hey, all we got to do is stop Quinshon Judkins. And they did. And that was it. That was ball game. They didn't throw a pass over 25 yards the whole game. They were playing single high safety, just one dude, because there was no threat of any kind of deep ball or any kind of big play. No imagination. It's unwatchable.
Kevin Stefanski is in love with Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel was not viewed as an NFL starter. Without a doubt, no one considered him an NFL third-round pick. At this stage, they are actually joined at the hip. I'm fairly certain that Kevin Stefanski will depart if Dillon does. Additionally, I'm fairly certain Dillon Gabriel will go if Kevin Stefanski does.
Dillon Gabriel. It's tough how many rookies are out on the field. Yeah, I know, Dillon.
How can we be good right now and be the best version of ourselves? We obviously know that there are younger guys that are hungry and have, are gaining experience at the moment. But like I said, there's got to be growth day to day,
Chris.
week to week, and it's got to translate to a better outcome.
Chris, there's no chemistry between Gabriel and Njoku. Gabriel and Judy. There's no Why? Because the fucking reps were given to two guys who aren't even here anymore. Hello? And people are surprised. You're surprised this kid gets thrown in week 4 and you expect chemistry? You even in Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers has been working with those guys since March.
At this point, many people, including myself, are expressing uncertainty about whether they want Shedeur Sanders to participate in the game at all.
He didn't put Shedeur in there. Shedeur, I don't even know if I want Shedeur to play in this offense. Chris, do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Riz.
Like literally.
He's not going to fix anything.
So he can get beat up? Right. So he can get killed? Your offensive line is bad. You can't play without tackles. Jack Conklin, man. I can't. I've never seen a guy he just can't stay on the field. You need 2 tackles next year. 2. And until you figure out your left tackle problem, this is what you're going to get. To me, if you said to me, Riz, what's the biggest problem with the Browns offense? It isn't even the play calling or the 5'9" quarterback who doesn't look like he could play in this league. Move along. Nice kid, tough kid, throws a decent pass, got some arm strength. He's a backup. He's not taking you to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Maybe let me look at him for a couple more weeks. But Chris, have you seen enough of Dillon Gabriel? I don't know.
Riz, I said it yesterday. Yeah,
you have.
Riz, God bless him. He looked like every other quarterback over the last 22 years going into Pittsburgh.
Not a difference maker. And you know what? I don't know if Shedeur is going to beat. I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't think he could be worse.
Therefore, there is no question whatsoever. I think we'll be seeing it here quite soon. However, I would rather not see Shedeur Sanders play for Kevin Stefanski. I have no faith in it. Mostly because Kevin Stefanski has very little reason to care about Shedeur Sanders' success. He finds himself in a predicament where he will be condemned if he does or does not. Shedeur Sanders will most likely be replaced by Kevin Stefanski if he performs poorly, because that's a lot of quarterbacks you can't grow. You couldn't give the impression that they were competent. However, if Shedeur does go out there and give it his all, he plays as if he can, as we all know, that's a fairly serious criticism of an offensive coach and expert who failed to spot a talented quarterback when he was in the room. Additionally, he had already done it with Baker, as I previously stated. They let Baker Mayfield leave the room, even though he appears to be the NFL's top quarterback right now, surpassing Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson.